Gold miners getting close. I like gold here. I like gold miners. I don't know that I'd buy them now. Now I just really like gold as far as just the insurance side of the portfolio, and I just like cash. I know people hate it when I say that because inflation, you're losing purchasing power, and cash is trash, and people say that de-dollarization and all this stuff. But I'm just looking at that for the next 6 months, just based on where the yield curve is. I just want as much dry powder as possible because that yield curve is ugly. I mean, again, there are no certainties, there are only probabilities. But the bond market has been right like 95% of the time when it comes to these inversions. And right now, it is one of the worst we've ever seen. And you got to think about this. You say, well, George, that was just, banking, Silicon Valley Bank, Credit Suisse. That's probably what it was predicting. And now the Fed has that under control. If that were true, then why is it still inverted? Why hasn't it gone steepened out? And why hasn't it gone back to normal? Basically, it's the bond market telling you that, Fed's new facility and, Credit Suisse was taken over by UBS, and that's basically the market just shrugging it off and saying, you central planners, you idiots. That's not the problem. You haven't fixed anything. You don't even know what the problem is. And so I'm always going to believe the market, especially the bond market, more than I'm going to believe the central planners. That's for sure. So my point is, I don't know what's coming, but I know that the smart money is predicting something bad. And I know that if that hits, that asset prices are most likely going to go down. And that includes gold. That includes Bitcoin. Why? Because it's the only liquid thing on the balance sheet. Look at 2008. Look at 2020, or 2020 rather. You saw the same thing when gold sold off. Bitcoin obviously didn't sell off in 2008, but it definitely did in 2020. So, and it makes sense. But that's your buying opportunity. That's your buying opportunity for sure. And I love commodities for the long term, but a lot of them aren't cheap. They're getting cheaper. That's for sure. And if we have a recession, if we have an economic depression, I can guarantee you they're most likely going. Well, I can't guarantee you, but again, high probability that they go even lower, even if it's just kind of a knee-jerk reaction, because I know the supply side is extremely constrained. But again, that's your opportunity. And the bigger the crisis, the bigger the opportunity that it creates. But you can't take advantage of that opportunity unless you've got some dry powder. And so that's why I just like these short-term T-bills. And the model portfolio that I have for Rebel Capitalist Pro, that's pretty much 90% T-bills, short-term T-bills, and 10% gold. But I guess I really went off on a tangent there. Sorry about that. To answer your question, yeah, when the stuff hits the fan, or whenever it's pretty clear what the bond market is predicting, and then once the Fed starts dropping rates, usually if you go back in history, when the Fed starts dropping, that's when the market really goes down. And why? Well, usually the Fed's responding to that. And people think that, oh my gosh, once the Fed starts dropping, the market's going to rip. No. That's not how it works. Now, this time may be different. Those are dangerous words. Usually what happens is the Fed drops rates, it keeps dropping, dropping. And then the market only rebounds once they get to zero. And we have some fiscal alongside with the monetary. So that's kind of what I'm using as that catalyst. Now, at that point, I'm going to look at the commodity prices, the ones that I have on the watch list, or any stocks for that matter, and say, what looks good? What's cheap? And then I'm going to take some of that dry powder with the T-bills, and I'm going to cash them in. And then I'm going to hopefully be able to get some good deals and then just hold them for the next 10 years.